What up, campers? I'm going to show you next how to take a row of LEDs or a ring of LEDs, or even if you want, a matrix of LEDs and make them a rainbow, and then make that rainbow kind of flow. On a ring it'll look like it's spinning, and on any of this it'll look like it's flowing, and then it'll kind of be cycling through on this. It'll look really cool, have a distinct and unique look on each device, but the code is all pretty much the same. The only thing you're doing is changing your changing the number of pixels from 8 to 16 to 32, or in this case, like however many you want. So, all right, first thing first, let's go to our code. All right, on our code, we're gonna set this up just like it was before. I'm gonna move fast because I assume you've been paying attention. We're gonna add our package. We're gonna add the NeoPixel package. We're going to, whoa, it's gonna catch up on us. We're gonna go ahead and call this our rainbow. All right, so that's our variable, and we're gonna make that variable some NeoPixels. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do, first thing we're gonna do is set to our 8 LEDs. Perfect. And you know what? We're just gonna get started right out of the gate. We're gonna set that item rainbow to be a rainbow. All right, that simple. Now, here's where it gets a little different. So if we just did this right now, it'd just be the rainbow like it was before. What we're gonna do is we're going to rotate pixels by 1. Ta-da. We're gonna make that our rainbow. And we then need to tell it to show our rainbow. So we're going to rotate it, and then we're going to show it. And then it's going to loop back, and it's going to rotate it by 1 more pixel, and then it's going to show it. Ta-da. That's all we have to do. So, rainbow, save. All right, so it's downloaded. I got my microbit here. Here's my rainbow. I'm going to go ahead and copy that over to my microbit. And we're copying over to my microbit. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now hop on over to here, where I'm going to get this out of the way. I'm going to get that out of the way for the minute, but we've got my microbit here, and I'm already connected to ground and pin 1 and my red guy here for my power. And I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to carefully pay attention to what I'm connecting to. And I've connected my ground. And I'm going to connect my data onto pin 1, and I'm going to try to position this so you all can see what's going on. Ready, and power. Whoa, hold on, let me turn this bench light off so you can see that a little better. Look at that, ain't that the coolest? And now that is flashing. It's almost hard to see in the video. It's flashing so fast and so bright at you. But what we can do is, let's see if we can block some light here. Nope, that's not gonna work. All right, so it's flashing. You can see it here. You can probably see it on my hands more, how quickly that's flashing. So, you know what, that's pretty intense. What we can do to change that up is we can go back to our, oh, there's our desktop. Let's go back to our desktop real quick. And let's add a good old-fashioned pause. Right there. Only 100 milliseconds, so it's going to be real short. I'm just going to save that again. All right, and it's downloaded, and I know it's the new one because it's giving me number 1. And then we're going to hop back while that copies over to our desktop. It's paused while it uploads. And so I don't know if you can tell now, it's flowing a lot slower than it was originally. That looks much smoother. Easier to see here. Possibly on the side camera over here. You can see it down here in the bottom right corner. But that nice little flow there. So that is what it looks like on an 8-pixel strip. Now, if I'm going to come back over here, and let's say I want to hook this up to my rings, I'm going to set that to 16. We're going to say rainbow rings, so I know this is for my rings. And that's downloaded. Now in the meantime, I'm going to come over here and we're going to power this down. Ta-da! And let's go ahead and disconnect this guy real quick. And we're going to be just as safe, and we're going to connect ground to ground, and we're going to connect data to data. Oh, I'm doing it off camera so you can't even see what I'm doing. And I'm going to connect power to power. Uh-oh. I'm going to do that better. All right, power to power. And so now I'm going to flip it so you all can see it. Ta-da. All right. Now I'm going to copy my code to my microbit. And while that copies, we'll connect some power here. And we should, let's go ahead and give that microbit a reset. Uh-oh. What have I done wrong? Power to power, data to data, ground to ground. Something's not right. Well, my code all looks good. I wonder what's gone wrong here. You know, that kind of stuff happens, and it's okay. I'm going to make sure all my soldering joints are nice and connected. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to disconnect power here. I'm going to make sure all my wires are reconnected. We're just going to take it all the way down. And let's try this again. So we're going to connect ground. We're going to get power connected here on the Raspberry Pi, and we're on pin 0. Okay. Let's make sure my colors are right here. Let's get a little more separation in these wires. All right, so first we're going to connect ground. That's nice and snug. Now I'm going to connect data, and I'm going to make sure data input. Yep, that's good. Get that nice and snug in there. Get that contact point. And then finally we're going to connect power, and still nothing. I wonder what's going on here. Well, goodness gracious. Hopefully, probably just a little short. So sometimes things go wrong. So, oh, I think I knew what was wrong that time. That was definitely not connected there. Let's try that one more time. Let's try to get that power connected nice and snug onto there. That power just doesn't seem to want to grip onto there. And I think that may be our problem. That seems to have gotten it. All right, let's give this one more reset. See if we can get this to light up on us. Nope. We're not getting anything. Well, when this doesn't work, let's go through and see if we can eliminate our issues. Well, we already know that this works on here, so let's make sure that it's still working over here. It's just not going to look perfect because of the number of... All right, so I think I may have a microbit problem. So let's try to recopy my code. Let's copy some old code back. Okay, so I definitely think I might have a microbit problem just because I've got, oh, there we go. Let's get that right there clear on pin, the correct pin. Okay, so let's now disconnect all of these. And while that, so this is how we trial and error, y'all. Sometimes things don't work out. So I'm going to recopy my code here. My proper ring code with the correct number of pixels. And I'm going to make sure I connect everything. So ground to, oh, I'm going to try this again over here. So ground to ground. We're going to get this in here nice and snug here. All right, so that's on there. Good. Let's get our data pins connected. That's on there, snug. And now let's get our power pin. Oh, look at that. So a little bit of trial and error. but we got it going. So they're in the other camera, so you can see what's going on. Whoa, camera. Whoa, buddy. There you go. So that's what it is when you have 16 pixels on a ring. All right. Cool. So now let's advance this. So the next thing we're going to do to advance this is we're going to hop back over to the desktop so you can see what's going on the desktop. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this guy, this micro bit here. You can't see me, but I'm just going to move that out of my way here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to 32, and I'm going to name this Matrix. Oh, fat fingered that. So I'm going to rename this to the Matrix. We're going to download it. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy my matrix to my microbit. And while that copies, I'm going to bounce you guys back over to my desktop here. All right. And I'm going to bring this guy into camera. Okay, so this is already wired up, ready to go. And I can better explain, if you guys ever want to use a matrix, what a matrix is going to do for you and how it's going to work. And we can talk about how to wire these up, because it is complicated, because it can do a whole bunch more, because you see all these little pins here along the sides. But what we're doing right now is we're connecting the pin to control this to pin 0, and I've got power on this breadboard. This gray white thing down here is called a breadboard, and it's used for prototyping and testing. And so what I've got on the end of it is I've got a dock for my microbit. And so what I'm going to do is I've already got my code on here. I've got this all wired up to go. I'm going to shove my microbit in there, and boom. Now it may be hard to see just because it is so bright. It is so bright, it's almost hard to look at, but I don't know if you can tell, but it is actually changing colors on us. You can maybe see it if I shine it like onto something else. Here you can kind of see maybe how some of the colors are changing. It's hard to tell. Sorry about the camera there. Maybe you can kind of see there, hopefully. It's kind of flowing through. Some of the colors are brighter than others, it appears. But so that is how you light up a matrix. So that is pretty simple. I'm going to take you back and we're going to review the code real quick. So it's pretty simple. You just set, just like you would for anything, you set a variable, and you set that variable to be a NeoPixel, and then you set the number of LEDs you have, and then you set it to whatever you want to set it to. So in this case, we're going to set, so whatever color, in this case, we're going to set it to a rainbow. Then we're going to have so that's what we're going to do on start. We then have it going rainbow, saying take your variable rainbow, which we already know up here we've set to a NeoPixel. We're going to rotate by 1, which means just shift 1 pixel. And then and you can see if you mouse over, rotate LEDs forward, you need to call a show to make them change it visible. So we're going to say show it, and then we're going to pause, just so it's not too fast. You can adjust this, you can make it really slow, you could take it out and make it really fast again. And that's all you have to do to make your NeoPixels dance like this. Let's see if we can get it in a place where it's visible. So, pretty cool. You can almost see it kind of waving there at you. All right, that is how you make your NeoPixels dance.